Hello everyone, welcome to HBN Infotech Tutorials. In this tutorial, I will teach you how to create a 50 by 25 2D house plan in Sweet Home 3D with exact measurements using some unique techniques. This tutorial is split into two parts. In the first part, you will learn some basic concepts, and in the second part, I will show you the practical steps to draw the 50 by 25 floor plan. Sweet Home 3D is a free floor plan creator and an interior design software. This application can be used offline and online as well. You can find the link for the free version and the online version in this video's description. Please note that there is also a premium version of this software with a lot of additional functionalities. For this tutorial, I am going to use the portable version of this software. Okay, now let's start the tutorial. Before you learn how to draw the floor plan according to the size, let's learn some basics of this software. Let's start with the interface. Just like most of the software, Sweet Home 3D has a title bar, menu bar, and a tools bar. Below the tools bar, there are four panes. In the first pane or section, you can find the catalog that contains furniture and other 3D models which you can drag into your home design. In the second pane or section, you can find the furniture list which displays the details of the 3D models used in the current project, such as name and size. The third pane or section is the place where you can draw the floor plan. This is basically the top view of your home plan. The fourth pane or section displays the 3D view of the house design. You can adjust the width and height of these sections by dragging the border. You can display the 3D view in a separate window by going to 3D menu and clicking on Display in Separate Window. If you close any undocked window, it will snap automatically back to its place. For an example, if I close the 3D window, you can see that it snaps back to the place where it was. The same thing happens with the tools bar as well. You can pull out the tools bar by grabbing and dragging this dotted line situated on the extreme left side of the tools bar. You can keep it floating anywhere as per your convenience. Now, if you close, it also snaps back to its place where it was. You can collapse or expand these panes or sections by clicking on these small triangles. You can do this to get more wider workspace for both 2D as well as 3D. Now let us see how to set or change the units of measure. To change the units of measure, go to File menu, click on Preferences, and in the Unit drop down, select the units of measure you want. By default, the units is set to foot inch fraction. Since I will be using foot and inches measurement, I would leave the settings unchanged and close the dialog box. Now let us see how to create walls with specific measurements and also learn how to create the wall on a specific X and Y position. To do that, first click and activate the top view pane. Then click on the Create Walls tool. If you see this dialog box, simply close it or tick mark Do not show this tip again and click on the OK button if you don't want to see this dialog box to be shown again. Now, if you press the Enter key, a tool tip is displayed which lets you specify the values for the X and Y positions. Now, Specify 0 for the X, then press the down arrow key or the tab key and specify 0 for the Y position as well and press the enter key. This action fixes the starting point of the wall to 0 on X and 0 on Y axis respectively. Now move the mouse cursor in the direction in which you want to create the wall. Let us say X direction. Then press the enter key. Specify the length of the wall as 10 foot and press the enter key again. Next, change the direction of the mouse to Y axis. Then press the enter key. Then type 10 foot and press the enter key. Next, change the direction of the mouse to negative X axis. Then press the enter key. Then type 10 foot and press the enter key. Next, change the direction of the mouse to Y axis. Then press the enter key. Then type 10 foot and press the enter key. At this point, the create wall command ends automatically and a square is created as shown. Please note that the default wall thickness is 3 inch. At this point, if you think that a 10 foot by 10 foot square wall is created, then you are probably wrong. Let's measure and check the distance. Now, click on the Create Dimensions tool and take the mouse near the edge of the wall. As soon as you see the dimension of the wall, do a double click. Then move the mouse a little ahead and make the single click. Now you might wonder why the distance is 10 feet 3 inches and not 10 feet. The reason is this, that during the wall creation process, Sweet Home 3D calculates the distance from one midpoint of the wall to another midpoint of the wall. Hence, half of the wall thickness on either side adds up to the actual measurement. So, in order to create floor plans with exact measurement, first you will need to subtract the outer wall thickness from the overall measurement and then create the walls. For an example, to create an exact 10 foot by 10 foot room, you will need to subtract the wall thickness, which is 3 inch. So the 10 foot minus 3 inch is 9 feet 9 inches. You can use an online calculator to do the math. The link of this website is in the description. First, enter 10 and 0 in the first set of boxes. Then select minus operator. Then enter 0 and 3 in the second set of boxes and click on the calculate button. Now let us create the wall with 9 feet 9 inches measurements and see what happens. Take the create wall tool, click a little away from the previous drawing and create the square room as shown. Now let's measure and check the dimensions. Some facts and tip of advice. While using the create wall tool, pressing the enter key enables the tooltip editing mode. You may continue to specify measurements if the tooltip is in the editing mode. Shaking the mouse turns off the tooltip editing mode. It's always better to move the mouse in the desired direction, then press the enter key to enable the tooltip. Then enter the measurement and then press the enter key to ensure that the wall is created in the exact direction. The wall creation process ends in the following cases. By pressing the escape key, by doing a double click, by continuously drawing the wall until you reach the starting point. If you accidentally end the wall creation process, you can still continue it with the create wall tool. All you need to do is just hover the mouse at the end point of an existing wall and make a single click. When a blue plus appears, this automatically snaps to the endpoint. After it snaps, you are good to go. But this way, the overall distance of the wall increases by half of the measurement of the wall thickness, as I already mentioned. Now, let us learn how to set or change the wall thickness. Let's change the existing wall thickness to 9 inch. There are three methods to change the wall thickness. Method 1. Double click the wall, change the wall thickness and click on the OK button. Method 2. Right click on the wall, click on modify walls, change the wall thickness and click on the OK button. Method 3. Select the wall, go to plan menu, click on modify walls, change the wall thickness and click on the OK button. Please note that you can select multiple walls by holding the shift key and clicking on the walls, or you can draw a rectangular selection box around the walls using the select tool. Now let us apply the skills and techniques that we have just learned and create a 50 foot by 25 foot floor plan with exact measurement. You may hide the 3D models pane, furniture list pane and 3D pane if you prefer a wider 2D workspace. In this 50 foot by 25 foot floor plan, the outer wall thickness will be 9 inch and the inner wall thickness will be 4.5. Since the outer wall thickness is 9 inch, let's change the default wall thickness to 9 inches. To do that, go to File menu, click on Preferences, then type 9 inch in the wall thickness box and click on the OK button. As I already mentioned that while drawing the wall, Sweet Home 3D calculates the distance from the midpoints of the wall thickness, so you will need to subtract the wall thickness from the outer wall dimension. So 50 foot minus 9 inch will be 49 feet 3 inches and 25 foot minus 9 inch will be 24 feet 3 inches. Now let us start the wall creation process. First, click and activate the 2D view window. Then click on the Create Walls tool. Then press the Enter key. In the tooltip, type 0 for the x-axis. Then press the down arrow key and type 0 for the y-axis as well and hit the Enter key. Now move the mouse in the x-axis, then press the Enter key. Type 49 feet 3 inch in the tooltip and press the Enter key. Next, move the mouse in the negative y-axis, then press the Enter key. Type 24 feet 3 inches in the tooltip and press the Enter key. Next, move the mouse in the negative x-axis, then press the Enter key. Type 49 feet 3 inches in the tooltip and press the Enter key. Next, move the mouse in the y-axis, then press the Enter key. Type 24 feet 3 inches in the tooltip and press the Enter key. This step completes the outer wall creation process. Now let's create the rooms and the inner walls. Let's start from the living room. Before we start to create the inner walls, let's change the default wall thickness to 4.5 inch. To do that, go to File menu, then click on Preferences, then type 4.5 inch in the new wall thickness box and click on the OK button. Now I'll tell you the most easiest way to create the inner walls. The easiest way is to first create rooms using the Create Rooms tool and then create the walls around it. To do that, just click on the Create Rooms tool. Move the mouse to one of the inside corners. Let's say the left top. As soon as you see a circle with blue crosshair, just click on that point. Then move the cursor in the X direction. Then press the Enter key. Then type 15 feet 11 inches and press the enter key. Now move the cursor in the negative y-axis, then press the enter key, then type 10 feet 11 inches and press the enter key. To complete the room, you may enter the measurement or simply move the mouse in the negative x direction and click on the outer wall, and then press the escape key to end the command. Now to create walls around this room, take the create walls tool and simply make a double click inside the room. In a similar way, draw the dining room and kitchen. In this floor plan, the measurements of the living room, dining room and kitchen are identical. You can create rooms with the help of the magnetism as well. Magnetism helps you snap at wall intersection point guides and alignment guides. Now let us create the garage, bathroom, toilet and bedroom. Please note that you can extend the existing wall with the create walls tool with the help of magnetism. Also, you can create rooms by doing a double click with the create rooms tool inside closed walls. Please note that you can enable or disable magnetism by clicking on this icon. Now, before proceeding to the next step, let's hide the room area measurement. To do that, double click on the room and uncheck display area and click on the OK button. You can shift click and select multiple rooms. Then in the plan menu, click on modify rooms. Then uncheck display area and then click on the OK button. Next, let us add doors and windows. Before that, let us reset the layout and make all the panes visible. You can drag the 3D models from the catalog pane. Please note that you can download more 3D assets from the Sweet Home 3D website. Next, let's add some furniture. Finally, add annotation and dimension to the floor plan. Dear viewers and subscribers, I hope that you have learned how to create a 50-foot by 25-foot floor plan in Sweet Home 3D. Please feel free to ask questions and doubts in the comments. I will see you all in my next video with another awesome content. Until then, it's bye from hbninfotech.com.